Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we will talk about some basic concepts of CMDB, and we will learn that what CMDB stands for, what a CI is, what are some base tables in CMDB, difference between an asset and a CI, and so on. So let's begin. So the first question that comes to our mind whenever we hear about CMDB is that what does the CMDB stands for? So CMDB is something which stands for Configuration Management Database. It is a database that stores information about the IT assets, configurations, and relationships. And whenever this term CMDB comes into picture, so we oftenly hear about CIs or configuration item. So configuration item or a CI is something which represents a single IT asset or component. So basically when we talk about CMDB, so there are some base tables that we have in CMDB. So the first base table that we have is CMDB CI, which you can see on your screen. So this is a table which is particularly being used in an order to see that how many configuration items we have in our ServiceNow CMDB. Then coming to the next one, which is our relationship table. So to find the relationship table, you just need to type cmdb underscore rel underscore ci dot list. So once you hit enter, so you see here we have the CI relationships table. So this table will have all the relationships which are present within our CMDB. So whenever, say for example, by relation we mean that if an application has a relationship with an underlying server, so all these relationship related information would be available in this CMDB base table, which is called CI relationship. Then we know that CMDB is something, right, which stores the data related to the configuration items. So when we talk about the data, so first we need to understand that how a CMDB data can be populated. So there are multiple ways of populating the CMDB data. The first way that we have is to create a configuration item manually by clicking on this new icon. Okay, so once you click on this new icon, you will see that a form will appear which will show you the list of classes wherein you can create a CI. Just to give a quick example, if I want to create any CI, say for example under a class called application server, so you just need to click over here and then you will get the form view which will have some details. You have to fill them, submit the record, and the record gets created. Then the next way that we can create a record or populate data into CMDB is using the manual import sets. Sorry, is using the import sets. So by import set, the people who are familiar with ServiceNow CMDB are aware that in CMDB we do have a bulk upload functionality wherein we can ask the development team to create a transform map, and then we just need to upload the data in the Excel format with the correct columns, and then we can have all those entries available into our CMDB. Then the next way of populating the data is via discovery. So discovery basically that we use is the tools that we use for discovery is the ServiceNow discovery. So what the discovery will do, any CI that is connected to a network. So this discovery is ServiceNow discovery is something which is IP based. So as soon as a device connects to a network and is in operational state, so it will pull all those informations into the CMDB record. And then we have API integration. So basically the people who have worked on various integrations as a CMDB admin, wherein we need to coordinate with ServiceNow platform team and different technical teams. I'll just give you a quick example of one of the integration that you might have heard about is SCCM, and the next one, which is very simple and straightforward, is Intune. So what these integrations will do, if I talk about Intune, if I want to implement this Intune integration in terms of laptops that are being used in the customer's environment. So what we can do is whenever the device gets logged in by the user, so an entry will be updated with the details as to who is using the device and when it was last used. So these are some of the ways through which we can populate the CMDB data. Then we can also talk about some of the best practices that we use for CMDB. So the first one is define clear CI and relationship criteria. Then establishing data governance and ownership. And the third one, which is most important, is use of identification and reconciliation rule. And then we can perform regular audits and clean up data, train users on CMDB process. So that's all for today's video. Let's catch up in the next video, wherein we will have some detailed discussion as to how we can create a new CI record manually, how we can create a relationship, how we maintain our CMDB. Thanks all. Have a nice day.